On this week's episode, we answer many, many of gaming's most important questions, like, what does the Bethesda acquisition mean for Xbox gamers? What are the best games that are on sale? How awesome is Game Pass now? And what is the proper speed to listen to podcasts on? This is Achievement Hunting 101. What's up, everybody? Welcome to Achievement Hunting 101. I'm FuFuCuddilyPoof, and this is level 138.
Yes, I've been waiting for this.
Joining me tonight, first of all, is Big L.
Do you hear how excited I am?
Rocker Dude 5012.
Wait a minute. Don't skip over me.
Wait.
This is too exciting to skip over. Do you know what do you know what episode this is?
69 times 2.
Yes! Get it out.
I literally
made my day.
Pulled up a calculator when you said you've been waiting for this, because I was like, what?
This is going to be doubly amazing of an episode. Boy.
Twice as many innuendos.
Ah, boy.
Get ready.
So if you came here for maturity, you might as well just turn this one off. Try again next week.
Doubt.
Because there's clearly not
Do they ever come here for maturity?
I don't know. We have lots of listeners. Some people might take away different things from the show.
You're wearing a Deadpool shirt.
What's your point? Hey, that's a rated R movie. You gotta be mature to watch it.
He would be excited about level 69 times 2.
But yes, continuing on, we have Rocker Dude 5012.
How do you do?
And KooshMoose.
Hello.
There we go. Now everyone knows your voices. And there's no reason why anyone should get any of us confused.
Internet
Not at all.
Even though we know they will.
Hey, you know what
All
time
right.
of the year it is? And how it's a good
What
time?
time?
My afternoon was filled with gasoline and fresh cut grass.
A gas fight?
Which means it's the best time of the year because I get several hours to myself where I can not pay attention to anybody and just listen to my podcasts. So by complete accident, because it was in my queue, I finally listened to one of our podcasts.
Oh, awesome.
Because it popped up.
It's a good show. You should check it out.
Nice.
Yeah, too bad it was like last week and I was there, so.
All right, if you listen
Which
on times
episode?
2 speed, it's even better.
No, times 1.
Oh.
That's so slow.
And you
That's real life,
sound
Kenny.
like this. It's not.
Life
It's
goes
slower
by
down.
too fast as is. Why would you want to speed it up?
You wouldn't be so behind on shows if you listen faster.
He's not wrong.
It's the one time I'm not wrong.
No.
It's like the one and only time.
If I was in my car by myself more, I could listen to more shows.
Make sure that you leave the garage door open in the car at least halfway out when you do that.
You need to mow
How
the
many
lawn
shows do
all
you
year.
actually listen to?
I like weekly shows that come
Office
out.
Ladies, Office Man.
Now, Office
Off
Ladies
3,
is
Office
the one show
Midgets.
that I do listen to weekly.
Good to know.
It's my girl Jenna Fisher. But yeah, great time of year. Mowing the grass season.
Yeah.
I hate this time of
Office
year.
Ladies is bad. They just go on
You have a
Wikipedia to
push
find
mower,
out
though,
everything.
so I would hate it too.
The only nice part about having a push mower is I also have 2 teenage nephews. Then it's their job now to do it, so I don't have to. But if they weren't here, I would hate
You can
this.
get a Cronus to mow your lawn? That'd be amazing.
Something like that.
If you get it self-propelled and you tie it to a stick in the middle of the yard, it'll just keep going round and round in a circle and get smaller and smaller and smaller.
Yeah, until the line breaks and it just tears off and terrorizes the neighborhood. Yeah.
Or you just go get one of those Roomba lawnmowers.
Lawnbow.
Yeah, that's what it's called.
I just made that up.
I actually think that may be it.
I think it was a game that came out 2 weeks ago.
That would be Roombo, which I almost
Roombo.
started. I looked at it, but it was way too
Oh,
late.
I forgot about that. That game looked good. But anyway, speaking of games, Nate, what have you been playing?
Oh, me go first. Okay. How unexpected.
We're going to go in order this week. So
Okay. All right. So I played a little game. I think it's really going to be something. I think it's going to catch on. It's called Anthem.
Oh, dear.
The hype for that has been unreal.
Yes. So Anthem, from developer BioWare. Basically, my Sunday night crew, we got tired of getting demolished in World War Z. We were not able to progress through the insane levels anymore, so we figured it's time to change our game, literally. And with the news that Anthem knew is not going to happen, we figured the very next news item about Anthem is going to be Anthem servers shutting down and the whole game going away.
For sure.
Yeah. So we figured now's the time to do it if we're going to do it. And since it's on Game Pass through EA, EA Play or whatever, we figured now's the time. So we picked this up and started playing it. I think 2 weeks ago, we kind of just made sure that everybody had started and done like the intro quest and we're ready to just kind of go out as a team. And I was very diligent about not going any farther than the very first moment where you find out that you can invite your friends. My friends did not do that. My friends
in air quotes.
They kept going. Yeah. So Freem and Beer Me. Well, I knew Beer Me was going to do it. If you know Beer Me, he just loves his shooters. And he cannot be told not to play them. So he will just go ahead and beat them and then still play with you every week anyways, because that's the type of guy he is. And then Fug, I think, got a little bit farther, or maybe he got roped in with Freem, and then he and Freem did a couple missions. So I came in, and I was low man on the totem pole. I was the first one in the pool, and I was the lowest man on the totem pole to mix my metaphors. And so I came in, I was like, they're talking about all these missions. I'm like, what are you even talking about? Well, let me tell you a little bit about the game since we are talking about that. It's essentially the Iron Man simulator, and it does a fantastic job of doing that. This game is really fun, which is surprising because I expected it just to be a horror show from everything that I had heard.
I've heard good things about the gameplay. It's just the ending grind is what is bad. Yeah,
the gameplay, the minute-to-minute combat is fun. Like I said, it's an Iron Man simulator. You have jets and you're just kind of flying around, and you can. There is an overheating mechanic, so you can't just fly endlessly. And then you can increase your heat meter, so you can go farther and farther by increasing your gear score and getting better gear items. That some of them have perks for more flight time, but you can fly under waterfalls. And guess what?
What?
This game knows that behind waterfalls there are secrets. There have to be secrets behind some waterfalls, and this game has them. I found a couple, and I was like, "Yes, check that off the list." So yeah.
Well, with that, Nate likes the game.
Yes,
it's perfect.
When I saw that, I was like, okay, that's a positive. Like, this game maybe has promise. It's huge.
That's what she said.
The
just
map
needs a
is
double
huge.
jump now.
There actually is a double jump. And you do missions over and over again, and you increase your skills, and you can do things. The game is huge. Like, the level of detail that goes into this open world is really incredible. Like, you get lost very easily, and there's you're flying around, but then you realize, okay, I need to go cool my jets. Literally cool my jets. So you fly into the water, and now you're a scuba diver with like a super fast scuba suit, because that's just how Iron Man armor works. So you're flying around underwater, and all of a sudden it's a whole nother world. There's a world below the world that's like neon and crazy. And I haven't gone too far into that. Most of the stuff we've been doing is out in the open world, but the combat's fun. There's 4 different types of mechs, or javelins, as you're supposed to call them. And one's like a tanker, one's just your average ranged, good at everything. Then you've got a fast guy, then you've got a magic guy. And they all play a little bit differently, but not terribly differently. The achievements are kind of grindy. There's a whole bunch of story-based stuff, and that doesn't seem to be too difficult to do by yourself. We started playing on easy, or normal. We started playing on normal, and it was just like, this is way too easy. So we bumped up to hard, and it's like, this is hardly any different than normal. So as soon as we can bump up the difficulty, I think we're going to. You just get better drops from doing that. But the progression going through, I think we can do it solo, and we actually decided because it is so hard to keep your party in sync. That's one of the big downfalls to this game that really shows up after you've been playing it in a party with the same people over and over again. If you're just jumping in and jumping out with randoms, maybe it's great. Maybe it's great for a single person to go do that and jump in with these party members. But if you're trying to keep your 3 friends who you play with every week in sync with the same missions, it really is horrible, because you get the mission, you complete the mission, you go back to town. All 4 of you then need to go through the town, which is a different game engine, by the way. It's not as good. The walking around in the town is not as good. But that doesn't matter, because you only do that to go pick up missions and do stuff with your javelin. You then go back out on more missions, but everybody has to do the same thing, and you're not in the same instance. Everyone's instance is individual, so you all
really?
4 individually have to go to the quest giver, sit through the the story that they're going to give you, or if there's a cutscene, you have to sit through the cutscene, and then make sure that all of your lists are matched up, so that when you go do the next mission, all 4 of you are getting credit for it, because the game doesn't help you do that. And when you are the party member picking the quest for your party, you have no idea which quest is yours and which quest is someone else's if you're going based off of the map. So there's all these little things that they could have improved, and Anthem 2 or Anthem Next could have improved on that we're never going to get to see. But it is a fun game for minute-to-minute combat. The multiplayer part, where you need like a coordinated group to go do, I don't think it's PvP. It seems like that is PvE as well. But it's kind of puzzly. It's a little bit like a WoW dungeon. Like I have to go do this thing. I'll stand on this switch while you go over there, grab the thing. This third guy will kill the timed beacon that's going to kill us all if we don't take it down. And then the 4th person is going to do whatever, get lost and go loot, open chests and stuff like that. So it is pretty cool. We haven't gotten too far. Like I said, we've done 2 weeks of play, 1 week of getting ready for it. And it's very funny, because 3 of us have Series X's and 1 of us does not. So
I feel that.
So every time it loads in, we immediately go hide from Freem. So we all start on the same cliff. We all 3 load in. We then go hide. Like, we just fly off. And then Freem, 20 seconds, 30 seconds later, pops in. He's like, "You sons of, where are you guys going?" And so then we all have to meet up and stuff. So we make a game out of the game.
That's hilarious.
But yeah, it's better than I thought it was going to be. But I can see the cracks in the multiplayer or the party system for sure.
It definitely sounds like Avengers, which is not the best game, but it does sound. Avengers sounds a little bit better. That menu thing is just totally crazy that everybody has to accept it.
Yeah, like you individually have to go fill up your quest list and then go back out and do things. Now, there's one caveat to that, which is like, okay, well, we're going to have to run a bajillion missions anyway, because the achievements are tied to kills with certain weapons, but then with certain javelins, you can have different pieces of equipment on. So you can have like a rocket launcher that's a sticky grenade. You can have a rocket launcher that's a heat seeker. You can have one that does, a whole bunch of flares fly out or something like that. And you have to take that piece of equipment on 4 full missions. But you also have that for your gun or for your whatever, your overshield. So you have different flavors of overshield, and you have to use that each flavor 4 times. So you're going to be running these missions over and over again anyway. So it's not the worst thing in the world that you have to run the same campaign mission 4 times or whatever, because you're going to need to do that anyway.
Right.
So it's similar to Destiny?
It feels a little Destiny-y. Yes, you're going to be seeing these missions.
I'm pretty sure it is.
Yeah, you're going to be seeing missions and locations over and over again.
But achievements,
Destiny with mechs.
The overworld is huge. Mm-hmm.
Achievements pop for everyone, I assume, no problem?
Individually. They're all individually based. So we were all going out on this one mission. I hadn't reached that part of the story yet. Yeah. I saw the cutscenes. I saw all that stuff, and I heard the pops over the party, and nothing popped for me. And I was like, well, how come I didn't get that? And like, oh, that's because we did 3 missions without you, Nate. So I had to go back, do the 3 missions. Everybody had to redo them with me, just because that's how we were doing it. And we all got caught up. And then we made the decision on Sunday to just say, okay, forget that. Like, just go do whatever. Like, 'cause it was killing Beer me to hold him back anyway. So so he wanted to go play, and Freem wanted to go play. I think we all wanted to just play this game more. So now we're not going to worry about that. We're just going to go through and try to sync up what we can, but for the most part, just enjoy the game, which is weird to say after it got so much bad press.
So it's somehow good and bad at the same time?
Yes. It's got a lot of polish, but it's missing some key features.
You know what else it has a lot of?
What?
Genres.
It sure does.
I was just going to mention that.
It sure does.
Action RPG, role-playing, third-person shooter, open world, and dungeon crawler.
I'm kind of surprised mech isn't in there also.
I don't know if I agree with role-playing.
Sorry, Corey, what were you saying?
How many sessions have you done of Anthem so far?
We've done 2 sessions where we actually went out and shot stuff. Then we did like a discussion session where it was like, okay, we'll make sure that everybody individually went ahead and got up to the point where we were supposed to be in a party.
Based off feedback that I can remember from the game, you're still in the fun part. I think the problem with the game was lack of content and repetitiveness.
Yes.
So,
I think so. I think once
at
you
least
get to
with
end game,
Destiny, they kept adding stuff. With this, they never got to that.
Well, the thing about Destiny is it's like load screen the game, right? It's like, okay, go to this place so I can go to this load screen so that I can then get to the next load screen. This, at least, when you're out in the world, you just load into the world and you can go anywhere in that huge world. And like places that you were going before, you can just travel to. So that part is cool. And it's less loady than Destiny, in my opinion.
Less loady?
Yes.
Did you try Destiny on the Series X?
Destiny was also really good with what it did. The shooting was great. The missions were meh and kind of repetitive, but the actual combat itself was fun, and then teaming up to go do the raids and whatnot was a blast.
It was.
Gunplay is top tier Destiny content right there.
But the bosses
absolutely nailed it.
The bosses in Destiny were all just like bullet sponges. Now we haven't gotten to any real bosses in this. It's
still
mostly
fun.
Just waves of enemies.
You can tell us next week that they are bullet sponges as well.
Exactly. Yeah, I'll find out next week that the first boss we got to total bullet sponge.
I haven't played Anthem, but I'm 90% sure the games are basically the same, and this is just Destiny with mechs. But that ending grind, where Destiny actually did it relatively well, Anthem, like Corey said, they just didn't add that extra content.
Like, we'll get to that later.
Speaking of ending grind,
so
did you guys finish up World War Z yet?
We've gotten about as far as we're going to get in it, I think.
That bad, huh?
We only have like 3 achievements left each, I believe. Let me just check World War Z really quickly. Yes, I have 3 achievements left. It's finish all episodes on insane difficulty, and we got stopped dead in our tracks like 3 episodes in. Like, we just can't get... It's funny because it's the episode that we spent the most time playing too, because that was the one where you could get the most money and experience doing the multiplayer to level up your weapons, and that is the one we can't get by on insane difficulty. Like, for whatever reason, we just couldn't get by. We finally got by that one. We go on to the very next level and can't get by that one. So, yeah, it's just not meant to be. The other thing we have to do is all based on money. So it's open and buy the final version of all weapons. I think all 3 of us were very close to having that. And then there's Handyman for open and buy all perks in the game. That means all single player and PvP as well. So not single player. That means PvE and PvP. So you have 2 different tiers of characters. Some of them are only for playing against the zombies, and others are for playing against people while also playing against zombies. And so it's just a ton of stuff to unlock. And there are ways to grind out that money, but there's really no need to keep doing that, especially when we think Anthem's going to shut down soon.
One, I commend you for stopping on a dumb grind. That's just dumb. Second, you really think it's going to shut down?
At some point, oh yeah.
Well, at some point, but I don't think in the near future.
I don't know about that one.
I mean, clearly the game is spectacular, so they'll give you plenty of time to finish it up, I'm sure.
Yeah, why let them do that?
How long does like the sports games server stay up?
At least 2 months.
Thanks. That question is directed toward Al, not you.
Oh, sorry.
I'd say 3 months at least.
All right, so I feel like he has at least 3 months before we get the notification that, hey, they're going offline.
I mean, it's been released for 2 years.
Well, they pulled the plug on Anthem like 2 weeks ago.
It just had no, they didn't pull the plug. They just
told us
stopped it up.
They put a tourniquet on it and just walked away.
Okay. You know what I mean. Either way, all that they really have left to do with this is actually pull the plug and turn the servers off, and then the game's dead.
Is your group looking to do Back for Blood in the summer?
Back for Blood, probably.
Yeah.
I mean, it's going to Game Pass, I assume, yeah?
No.
We can only hope.
Well, when it goes to Game Pass, we'll do it. We're not ones for buying.
The only way that his
games.
group is doing that is if Beer Me gets a little fun
beers.
one night and buys 4 copies.
Well, okay. Well, Beer Me's going to buy it regardless. He buys the games. Doesn't matter. If
You
the
buy
shooter,
the games.
Well, no, I don't really buy the shooters. Like he'll buy the shooter and then he'll go play it. We played a Zombie Army Trilogy because it was on Game Pass. Like that was a great game and there was a ton of gamer score and whatever. And we were going to buy Zombie Army 4, but it never went cheap enough. While the game went really cheap, the DLC, all 3 pieces that you need for like 6 achievements, like 2 each, was basically the price of the game again. So,
Last question, because it does relate. Are you playing? Did you pay for this game?
well,
Did you pay full price for this game?
no, I did not. I did full price of $5. Yes.
Okay.
This game went on sale multiple times, and like it went physical for super cheap. So I bought the physical edition. It was probably $5 or $10.
As we're talking right now, it's 90% off at $6, but it is in Game Pass.
Yes, but at the time that I picked it up,
or EA Play.
I picked it up when there was rumors that there was going to be Anthem next. Like, and it was like, oh well, if you have Anthem, you'll get Anthem next for free. So I was like, well, I'll get the new game for $5. Why not? And then hopefully it'll be a stack, and I'll get both sets. It didn't pan out.
No problemo. Just had to ask.
No, it's fair.
Well, I enjoyed your national anthem talk.
That was bad.
It is bad. You know what isn't bad? Jackbox Party Pack Community Night.
What was so special about that?
It's a rare time when you get to play for fun.
What's that?
That's
What's
it?
fun?
Yeah, that's it. Just fun.
I thought there was more to that story.
Nah, there was no more to that story. No. It's fun because we play on Friday nights. Devin has a little Dwinky. Dino Bull, God knows what he's on.
All of it.
Mental Night. He's a good guy. Who else was there? Oh, yeah, Ahizo was there, and Carpe Adam was there, and Death Dealers was there, and I was there, and we had a good time. Just wanted to...
What game did you play?
We played mostly role models.
I have no idea what that is.
It's a 6-player game. Basically, they give you categories, and then you pick the category, and then you get the item. So, for example, one of them was the Beatles. So then you'll see John Lennon, Ringo, all of the Beatles, and then one of them is Yoko Ono. And then you just click on which person resembles that clue, and then whoever gets it right at the end gets the most points. And then if there's a tie, you get to try to sway the people by doing a solo, like a heads up, a face off. So that was one we did. We of course did some Trivia Murder Party, which is always a good one.
That's the best one. That's one of the few that I actually like. These Jackbox things, I don't know. They're just...
If you played with us and just relaxed and had a good time, you would enjoy it.
I've played them with like
You played,
my actual
yeah,
friends
you play them with
that,
your
like,
in-laws,
I know
probably. That's no fun.
No, I played them with like friends,
Yeah.
not fake friends.
You got to play with...
and I've gotten together and played them with
Like what?
them. It's not like I played it over the internet,
Yeah.
and it's just,
All right.
I don't know the names. So I did the rap one. I did the trivia murder party, which I like that one.
Mhm.
I like anything trivia.
Mhm.
I do like the
I
rap
did.
one. It's pretty fun. Can be.
I don't.
The
like
rap
the
one is good because I make excellent raps, and then I...
All
and
of
then
your
I-
raps
I-
are sandwich
It all
related.
comes back. Oh,
But I... Sandwich rap. Saran wrap.
Unless it's this little rap.
But I will read everyone's rap out loud, you see, so I make it fun.
I don't like the rap one. I just hit the do it for me button.
See, you're making it not fun for yourself.
I don't like
But
that one. I just
Quiplash,
didn't enjoy it. Like I started like once or twice, and it's just like, just let's just end
I
this.
mean, my favorite is 8-player Quiplash, for sure. That's always the funnest.
I don't remember which one that is. I know I've played it, but I can't think of what that one is.
Well, maybe we can make a community evening of it one day. I'm going to force you guys to play because you never play. Play with us.
I'm busy.
Damn it. This always happens.
I have a UFC fight that night.
wow.
There's a UFC fight every night. Oh.
What weight class are you in?
That was like a
185. I don't know the names.
bantam, cruiser, fly, heavyweight.
Sounds about right. All right. Well,
You want to hear more of
Let's
my
go on
stories
next.
or later?
let's save it for later.
Fine, I'll go take a nap.
Okay.
Oh, sandwich.
Perfect.
Oh, I see what you did there.
Yeah. So, this week, I decided to play a very new game. No, I'm not even going to lie on this one. This is an old game. I decided to play Perfect Dark.
Oh, the OG?
I have been listening to different podcasts, and obviously it's been made known that Obsidian is going to be doing a Perfect Dark reboot, and I keep hearing all these wonderful things about this game and how good it was, this and that, and it was a stealth game. It's a first person shooter. It's spies. I'm like, oh, okay, so this all sounds fun. And I knew the game was old, so like, I understand that it's not going to be the best.
That's putting it gingerly.
Yeah, I understand that it's not going to be the best. It's old, and I also knew that it was made by the GoldenEye team. It was like a spiritual successor to that. I've never played GoldenEye. I never had an N64, so I never got to experience that. And
Kenny. You don't know what
Yeah,
what it's like to sit around a 12-inch TV, cut into 4, and play
yes, I
and
do.
screen look.
How do you think I spent like days playing like Halo, Future Cop
Days.
LAPD, even though that was 2-player, that wasn't 4. Crash Team Racing, I would do the same thing. Crash Bash, like the James Bond game that I played was Nightfire on the GameCube.
Oh. Hopefully by the time you had a GameCube and an Xbox, you had at least like a 15-inch TV.
I think we were lucky enough to have that.
Sweet.
But yeah, this was difficult to play. Have you guys actually played this one? Elle and Nate, I assume you have.
Of course.
I have
Who's
thoughts.
Help me.
to GoldenEye. We had to play
I
it
have
next.
thoughts on it, and there will probably be different to Nate's, but
Okay.
Okay. Corey, have you played it? You're younger, so that's the only reason why I say it.
Goodness. Well, absolutely not. I would not play a now 10-year-old remake of a 20-year-old game.
Okay. That's my thoughts.
Ty
That's
the
what I figured.
Tasmanian Tiger.
So
I did that once.
Yeah.
Did not turn out well.
I'll be honest, I didn't get far in this. I beat the first 3 levels, and then I'm like, I just can't do this anymore. They don't tell you what to do at all. It's just drop you in the mission and go do things. I was not expecting it to do that. I at least expected, hey, here's like some bit of story along with an objective tracker marker or something. There's nothing like that. It's just drop you in the building, go.
Oh, you want an arrow No. You want an arrow telling you where to go and what to do?
Not that sophisticated, just, a arrow or like something that kind of help point you in the general direction. I didn't even realize that there was I could go see my objectives until the 3rd level. It's like, oh, I press start and I can go over and see them. I was wandering around just trying to figure out what to do. It took me way too long just to do the first 3 levels. And actually, I didn't even get to beat the 3rd level because I walk out some door and I fall through the graphics and die. And I'm like, all right, I'm done.
All right, well, at least you got the original experience.
Like, as I open up the door, I walk forward and just, the heck is going on here? What the heck?
Great.
Yeah, it's like I've played older shooters, so I can play these. I don't need to have all these modern sophistication stuffs and all whatnot. I can play older games. It's not a big deal. But this was hard to play.
Well, there was a time when a game would come out and then they couldn't patch it because you had physical media and no
Being
internet.
A remaster, I wasn't expecting to just fall through the graphics.
Right.
The other interesting bit with this is I was going through looking at the achievements. I'm like, all right, well, what can I at least pick up? What can I grab that's real simple? And I'm looking at it, it's like, man, this one's 5 gamer score. This one's 10. That's 5. I'm like, man, beating the game must give me a ton of gamer score. And then it kind of clicked, and I remember I'm like, oh, wait, this was an arcade title. There's only 200 gamer score in this. So it's even worse.
It's backwards compatible, right?
Oh, yeah. I wouldn't be playing it otherwise.
So you are super psyched for the remake, right? Now that you know all this backstory and...
I don't know what's going on. I'm about to go watch a YouTube video, just get the story and just figure it out that way. So when the remake or when the reboot comes out, it's like, I'll just play that.
All right. Well, here's my opinion on the games, and I may lose some clout with Mr. Nate. I did not like these games.
You're right.
Interesting.
I did like GoldenEye multiplayer. I did not like the campaign. And the same with Perfect Dark. It was too confusing. I got lost, and I know that's always me, but it sounds like you had a similar problem.
I don't think this is on you. I legitimately got lost. A big part of it is the old textures. So like every room, every hallway looks exactly the same.
Sounds like Halo.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's older shooters. That's just how it was. But
in Halo, I never got that sense of where do I go and walk around for 20 minutes.
I definitely got lost in Halo, and at least one level in particular I can remember.
Probably the library.
Yeah, I don't know. It had hallways.
All right. Well, first of all, Corey, your calendar's still on the floor. But second of all, was there a level in Perfect Dark? I think I played it somewhat recently. There was like an elevator, and you have to go up and then down. You did it recently.
Yes.
Yeah.
I remember.
You remember something like that? Yeah, I remember.
The worst part about that elevator is that it is impossible to see.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's just glass. It's just glass, and it's so clear and there's no like outlines of it. So you can't actually really see it. And I was sitting there walking by it a couple of times, and I realized, like, I just happened to walk by right when it came down. I'm like, oh, there's an elevator there. Let me get in that and see if that does anything.
I mean, I will say that they did try to have a story. They have a pretty kick-ass female protagonist, which was cool back then.
Yeah, she seems cool.
It was basically that or Lara Croft back then, and that's about it.
Lara's better.
I would like Nate to defend this game now because I know he's.
I'm not going to defend it at all.
Oh.
No, it's not great.
Oh, I thought you said you.
No, GoldenEye
wow.
was the game I liked. I mean,
Okay, yeah.
I remember I spent so much time on this one level because if you beat a certain time or score, you would get the golden gun or you would get access to this other gun.
Yep.
Yeah, and I was like, oh, that's cool. Yeah, okay, I will do that. And so when this developer, when they came out with their own game, I was like, oh, I've got to get this because, it's more GoldenEye. Yeah, it's not more GoldenEye. It's unfortunately someone who has to start from assets and complete story. Like they have to do everything from the beginning, and it shows. Yeah, it was not as good as GoldenEye, in my opinion. Even though GoldenEye, maybe graphically, was the same like amount of polygons and all that sort of level of detail or whatever. Like Perfect Dark just seemed less full. Like there was less stuff to it. Kind of like the Halo textures, for sure. I hate the Halo textures. It's so bland. So you can't tell where you're going. Every wall looks the same.
It is very bland.
Yeah. So I will not be defending Perfect Dark at all.
Interesting. I thought for sure both of you guys would like this because it seems like everyone that's older that had an N64 and played this when it was new love it. That's part of the reason why I wanted to play it. I'm like, was it just nostalgia for it? Like they haven't played it in 10, 15 years, so they're just in their mind it's good, or was it an actually good game? So
I think it's that, and there's probably the fact that there was only like 10 games available to play.
That's probably true too.
So here's my hot take. Games are getting rebooted nowadays, getting remade. You do not have to play the old ones to get caught up. You do not have to suffer through that. Some people, that is for them. That is not how you should behave, Kenny, because that will not... it will not... it will not bring you joy. I know enough about you to know that would not bring you joy. And it probably wouldn't bring me joy either. While I would, I want to know that lore. I think that at some point you just got to say, "I'll YouTube the story, be done with it. Play the new one, be on your way." You know.
That I'm honestly going to give this another shot and see if I can do it. Just because in my mind, that's how I like playing games in order, even though like. What's the game? Like Yakuza. I think it's Yakuza 0 is like the start, is like the fresh start. If you haven't played any of the others, you can just start with that and be good. If I were to ever play that series, I want to start from the very first one and play it through. Because that's just, I'm OCD, I guess, in that way, where I want to play it. That's why I want to start with this Perfect Dark, then Perfect Dark 0, and then the reboot when it comes. I'm at least going to give this one more shot to just give it a fair shake, and if I can't do it, I'm just looking the lore up on YouTube and getting that.
Here's another thing too,
or watching a Let's Play.
Completions aside, set it to an easier difficulty and just mainline the story if that's what you want. You don't got to kill every person. You don't got to find every collectible.
I totally did that. Just like when I was playing through the Gears of War, I wasn't playing it on insane difficulty. I'm like, whatever the one up from casual is what I played it on. I can't think of it now. Normal,
not casual.
Yeah, whatever their version of normal was. I just played it on that just so I have a bit of a challenge, but I can also run through. I thought it actually had a word, but okay.
Yeah. Black tie. I think though that you could play 4-player multiplayer on it, right? Pretty sure. Pretty sure the servers are still up.
I'm not downloading Perfect Dark.
Darn it.
I mean, if someone wants to play this co-op with me, I can be convinced to run through it in co-op. Because there are achievements that you do need co-op partners for this. I would play the story like that, but like, especially if someone's played this already and they know where to go and they can run me through it real quick. But like, I don't know. Some games I think are just better for the ages.
I will play Anthem before I play this.
Well, that just makes sense.
That makes sense.
I already have it downloaded, so.
Well, there you go. Yeah, that's Perfect Dark. I don't.
I think nostalgia.
Yeah,
I'm trying to I don't even know if it. I guess it looked good for the time. It was actually the game that came with the N64 expansion pack, which made things a little bit.
Yes, it was.
It made things bigger and a little bit prettier.
5 more polygons.
Yeah, something like that.
So that was actually something I was reading the wiki on it just to kind of get a little bit more.
Reading the what?
The what now?
The Wikipedia.
Yeah,
you definitely said
that's not what
wiki.
you said.
I don't know what you're talking about. That will be edited out.
Ooh.
But yeah, that was one of the things that to play on the N64, you needed the expansion pack to actually load this game. So
it came with it.
At the time, it was very advanced. And to be honest, I mean, it doesn't look awful now, knowing that it's a 20-year game. But like, it doesn't look good.
When did it actually come out?
It came out in 2000.
Yeah.
Really?
For the N64, yes.
I would
Yes.
have guessed before that. Okay.
Yeah, I would have guessed earlier. I was thinking 2000 sounds too late.
Yeah.
Yep.
And then
Old.
2010 on the XBLA.
Yeah, and I mean,
At least the last
97
half
was
of 99.
GoldenEye, so
Wow. It's a 50 to 60 hour completion because,
The leaderboards.
but yeah, you got to beat it on the hardest difficulty. No, thank you.
Yeah, no.
On solo.
I'm not going for the completion by any means. That will never happen, especially because it's a 200-point game. Absolutely not. That's even more dumb. This was just going to be an easy playthrough just to get it done.
okay. I'm just bringing it up because it's with us. I was looking at that expansion pack for the N64. I'm looking at like games that support it, but that it's required. It's literally only required for 3 games. So, Nintendo going to
Donkey
Nintendo.
Kong.
And for
Yep,
Perfect
sounds
Dark,
about right.
Perfect Dark is the 4th one that it requires, but it's only required for single player
Wait,
or
what?
for the campaign, for story mode. Sorry. So not needed, I guess, for
What are the
whatever
other
multiplayer
games?
features. Legends of Zelda Majora's Mask, so first party Nintendo.
Mhm.
Donkey Kong 64, first party Nintendo. And Dinosaur Planet, which oh wait, hold on. When I click that link, it goes to Star Fox Adventures.
I was going to say, had an RPG about Fug.
Originally developed as Dinosaur Planet. Blah, 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 blah. It's something with Star Fox. So there you go. First party Nintendo going to use that expansion pack.
Okay, I gotta ask a question. I've never played Star Fox. What does that have to do with a dinosaur planet?
I never played it either.
Well,
And a Bing search when I type in dinosaur planet does not pop up with
I think
the
dinosaur-
N64.
Turn on
I think
save search.
Dinosaur Planet was like the game they were making, right? But then they were like, oh, we need name recognition. So then they just shoehorned Star Fox into it.
Yeah, I mean, based off what I'm looking at, it's the enemies are dinosaurs with armor, so
Or was
they
that-
decided to name it after the protagonist rather than the place where they're going. The enemies.
Oh, all right. So that's Dinosaur Planet is Star Fox
looks
Adventures. That's a different
awful.
game. That was a game.
I guess so. Well, yeah. I mean, that's where it links
That's
me
a
to.
different game.
But I don't know. Blame Wikipedia.
Nintendo 64 prototype. All right. So it was probably meant to go there first, and then
Or was that Jet Force Gemini that they shoehorned some stuff into? I can't remember.
one last bit
What?
of Perfect Dark trivia. It was a 200-point
Okay.
game, but there were 20 achievements. There usually were 12 achievements in the Xbox Live Arcade games. So that makes the achievements worth even less.
Huh.
I'm sure you all appreciate
yeah,
that.
we're
fun
tough.
fact. Most times,
I actually do. I forgot about
Most
that.
times
I
there were
just-
12.
That I didn't actually pick up on that when I was looking at the achievements. There are
there's
quite a bit.
20.
Well, there we
That's
go.
why you had a lot of 5-pointers.
All right, but let's go back to you. You got some more stories.
Oh boy. I always have fun stories. I also have
I
stories
know you
about
got
Artifacts
stories.
Monday.
I don't know how fun they are. At my point exactly.
Last week, I talked about how Mental Knight and MDP and Michelle and I started Ghost Files. I know everyone was waiting with bated breath to find out that we completed Ghost Files, Memory of a Crime.
It is a single player game. You can't say we completed it.
Oh,
You
no, we
it.
completed it. And I want to send you guys a picture while we're talking here. Oh, jeez.
Oh God! Why would you send me that?
All right. For those in the Discord, I will make a command so that you could see this yourself. Just do exclamation point picture, I guess.
Not or not
Show
single
me.
player.
That's too many. That's too many letters.
Not SP.
As soon as we see the picture, I'll think of something different.
All right, well, we'll see if you guys can figure it out.
All right. Exclamation point booties.
That was some great reading. Booties. Yeah,
It's boodles. BOOTLES. Do that in Discord, and you can see what he's talking about. Pause your podcast right now. Exclamation point bootles.
yes, and the funny
What am I looking at?
the funny The funny part is that the three of them started laughing immediately, knowing that this would piss me off and I would have an aneurysm just looking at this. Kenny's still looking at it, trying to find a hidden object, I think.
What am I supposed to be looking for something?
No,
or something
you had it right.
Yeah. Okay.
They spelled the word bottles wrong. Yes, it says boodles.
Oh, I'm looking at this. I'm looking for like an actual thing in the background.
You're looking for bottles or boodles?
I don't know. I thought something was in the background that pertained to the podcast or an
like
inside joke or
Then
something
you would like
that.
this game
That
if you like
made
looking
sense,
for stuff.
No, I don't actually enjoy this. I was just looking for it. I thought there was a joke in here.
I
was expecting like a little pill for
there's
that
a
or
pill
something
for
like that was in here.
Oh, nice. Pills here, boodles here.
I should have known better. It was just a grammar Nazi thing.
Well, you know.
Well, that's just bad spelling, not grammar.
That's so bad that anybody can be like, wow. Nobody proofread this at all. What did you do? So we finished the game, and unlike other Artifacts Mundi games,
what?
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 Sorry, what?
Did he just say what I thought he said?
Mm-hmm.
What I say?
Do I need to put a little
roll the tape
loop on that?
Artifacts Mundi. What did I say?
Pretty sure that's not how you say it.
That's how I say it.
Oh,
Artifacts.
right, okay.
Well, yeah,
Mhm.
artifacts because it's you
Check
find
the
old stuff.
artifacts.
It's probably Mundi. Anyway,
Mundi.
unlike other
Either
Artifacts
way.
Mundi games, there's usually an achievement to complete the extra chapter. But this game did not have an achievement for beating the extra chapter. But for some reason, I was able to convince Mental Knight and MDP to re-download the game and do the extra chapter, even though there was no achievements. And so we played just for fun and not for achievements. But it was only like a half an hour. But yeah, we enjoyed the story. There was a crime and it was solved. Vanilla Ice would approve. So now Mental Knight and Michelle and I are going through Queen's Quest 2. MDP's already done that one. And the Xbox only got Queen's Quest 2 through 4. So Mental Knight did his due diligence and looked at a YouTube of Queen's Quest 1 on Steam so he could tell us the story of what was going on. So thank you, Mental Knight. You are a gentleman and a scholar.
Did the four of you watch the video together at the same time?
No, he just told us what happened.
Singly?
Mental told us what happened. It was a good time. And we started Queen's Quest 2. And yeah, these games are fun to play with other people.
But back to back,
You say
Sounds
so.
riveting.
like I like an AF game
Well,
or an AM game, but
bothered to buy them, so I want to play them.
yeah, just back to back.
I understand what you're saying. I understand.
Need a spacer.
Well, next on the docket is Deponia, so we'll see how that goes. That'll make Ken even more
Bullshit.
exciting. Point and click to talk about. You'll be real thrilled.
Oh, I'm sure. All right. Well, Corey, have you been playing any point and clicks, or have you done something exciting?
You play-
Oh, I've been super exciting this week. So spoiler alert for next week. I will talk about a game that I played this week that I can't talk about yet. To my own horn. First person to play it and beat it before anybody else even played it. Don't know how that happened, but it did. So look forward to that. But sometimes you have weeks where you don't play a lot of new games. And of course I played that one, so it doesn't really count. But I've been playing a lot of Curse of the Dead God. I just want to sing its praises one more time. If you are interested in roguelites, it's very easy to get in there, do a couple dailies, and that's an hour and a half of your day gone. And like, you just want to keep playing more. It's just really good. Anyways, I did happen to boot up a game yesterday, just for funsies to kind of see what the hype was about. As we talked about last week, Bethesda is all in on Game Pass, and we'll mention them a little bit later. But I did boot up Fallout 4 this week. I did use I used one console command twice, and ended up with 630 gamer score. So
Totally by accident.
totally, it was a mishap. And so there's a ton of achievements left to do. Although I'm pretty sure I can use the console command again several more times to have random stuff pop. I only did it twice. And I only did it twice because, and this is the only reason I'm bringing it up. The first time I booted the game, and I have a newer PC. The graphics card is, it's not bad. It should run really smooth on this PC. One, the game took a while to load. It's like, fine, whatever. First time I've ever booted it up, let's let it go. And it did. It came up finally. And people were saying that you can just do this straight from the menu. And so I did that. And then the game started to lock up. And I couldn't do anything. I couldn't even bring up Task Manager to kill the thing. I couldn't do anything at all. I had to hold a pillow over this thing and kill it softly by holding the power button.
Wow, that got dark.
Goodness.
Something in the background happened, and I unlocked a bunch of achievements, though. So there was that. But when my PC came back on, the game was uninstalled. So, it was there, but it said I had to reinstall the whole thing to repair it. So that was another, 38 gigs to download, just to launch it back up and do another console command. It didn't happen again, but I just thought it was funny that I downloaded this game to not play it, and it gave me straight up the middle finger just by saying, you know what, you cheated, you have to pay for it. I'm deleting myself.
That's what you get.
It was just a fun little thing.
Maybe it just felt bad
Cheaters
for what
never
it did.
prosper.
I don't know. I got 630 gamer score for doing nothing. So I think I did prosper pretty well.
But you killed your computer.
She's doing okay. Aren't you?
When they first found the console commands, weren't they not the ones that just unlock everything automatically? So they made stuff easier?
So to my knowledge, as of right now, apparently there could be a way to do it. Our buddies are looking into it. But as of right now, none of these games, these Bethesda Windows games, have a one and done technique. You do have to play them a little bit, but console commands are a thing. You can make it a lot easier, obviously. Right now, Fallout 4 has a 4 to 5 hour thing on it. And I'm pretty sure, don't hold me to this, I'm pretty sure anything that has the DLC in it, you have to buy. I'm not 100% sure on that. So for people, if you see people with completions, I'm pretty sure that they have paid money to do that. But there's not a one and done console command. You the one for Fallout 4 is CAQS, and it stands for complete all quests. So most of the achievements I have unlocked are complete this quest, complete this quest, complete this quest. The ones that I haven't, I'm looking at is collect 10 bobbleheads, get a touchdown. I don't remember what that one's for. Craft this many items.
It's when you take the ball to the end zone.
Kill these these many creatures. So I think people were saying that you could do it a few times and just random ones will start unlocking. But I think that you'll have to play this a little bit in order to get all the points from them.
I definitely saw people complaining that they had to buy the $45 DLC, but with Skyrim you didn't have to. That it was the full version.
Yeah, it's something like the Skyrim is the Ultimate Edition or whatever, but Fallout 4 is just Fallout 4. And I picked Fallout 4 to do specifically because I have the base completion on console. I played a ton of that game. I bought the season pass. I haven't played it yet, but so will I console command all of these games?
Yes.
I don't know.
Yes.
Maybe. But
you're trying to justify this one. I understand.
I mean, it is justifiable, but I'm not going to tell you that I'm not going to do the others. What I have in mind, I don't really care for Wolfenstein, and I have in the past never cared for Elder Scrolls. Sorry, Kenny.
Bad.
Although I have heard, good things about them, especially Skyrim. Is that the best single player one? In your opinion?
It depends on who you ask.
Okay, so
no.
Never mind. Anyways, I kind of want to give it a shot, but I don't want to invest a ton of time. So if I do boot up Skyrim, which I have it downloaded, I do plan on playing it with mods, with console commands. I'm not going to complete all the quests. I'll give myself, one hit kills or something. Speed it up a little bit. I'm not a total pleb who is going to waste my time.
I'll potentially save you some time. Do you like open world games and being able to explore the world and go do this and go do that?
It depends. I played all of Fallout 4, and I can't get past the first dragon in The Witcher before I get bored.
Kenny, are there waterfalls in Skyrim?
Yes.
Good waterfalls?
Can you take arrows to the knee?
Yes to both.
I missed 20 questions.
Okay, well, maybe I will play Skyrim.
So the appeal to Skyrim for the most part is the world. Like the quests itself are okay. If you've played the other Elder Scrolls, they take a lot of things out, and it's hard to explain without trying to go in this big long thing for 20 minutes. But essentially, Skyrim, the one thing that it did better than, well, probably most games really, is it just created this amazing open world experience where you can just go out and explore. The forest is alive. Like you'll see all these different creatures and dragons and bugs and whatnot just flying around doing their own thing. You can go over to like a lake and you'll see a couple of dragonflies or whatever just flying around and playing with each other. It's like you're in this living, breathing world, and it's amazing. But so much of it is just that's in there that you can do, like the quest wise and stuff. It's kind of just meh. So if you really like exploring worlds and being a part of it, play Skyrim. It's great. And doing the one-hit kill thing wouldn't be bad just so you can experience the game. But if that's not your thing, just do the console command to get the achievements and get out. I'd at least give it a shot anyway.
The whole thing is
since you did enjoy Fallout.
The whole thing is so fascinating to me. Don't worry, I'm not going to go on one of my tangents, but the whole metagame of achievements, and then there's the metagame of using console commands. But now it seems like there's a whole new metagame of trying to be the person to crack the Windows 10 games that we have a few people in our community trying to do. So it's very fascinating to me.
I know I'm kind of wrong one to say, but I just don't get it. I'll be honest. I don't get it. I was talking to a friend of mine this past weekend, and he was asking me if I'm still like doing the gamer score thing or the achievement hunting thing. I'm like, sort of. Like,
I only host a podcast.
Obviously, I don't care about the gamer score. I get achievements in the games I want to get achievements in, like Zoo Tycoon. I want that completion, so I'm going for that. Halo, I love Halo, so I've gotten those, so on and so forth. But like the actual gamer score hunt, it's just been it's. When I was telling him about it, I was telling him about Radalike, I was telling him about Zidalon, he put it right. He's just like, gamer score has been bastardized. Like it's just nothing at this point. If you want score, that's your thing, and you just want to get as many points as you could possibly get. Now is a great time to be alive with all the console commands and companies that are coming out that are solely just for that. But if that doesn't get it for you anymore, it's just whatever. But to each their own. I don't particularly get the sheer score hunt anymore.
But to each their own, right? You have fun doing it, do it. If you don't do it.
To each their own. You know, I've said it before on the podcast when I beat Skyrim. I spent 150 hours on both versions of Skyrim, and I got the completion of both of them. Meanwhile, Elroy in that same 300 hours could have got 300,000 gamer score, and probably did.
And both of you had an enjoyable 150 hours.
Exactly.
Yeah,
he doesn't understand why I played. I don't understand why he played.
Well, there's always that middle time when you have that one grind achievement left, and you're like, "Why am I doing this?" But the completion compels you.
Yeah.
Exactly. I always think of Woodle
Not always
Tree.
Fun.
I never think of Woodle Tree. There's no
Nate, weigh in on this whole
argument.
thing.
There's no argument you could make that would tell me I should be thinking about Woodle Tree.
It's 74 cents.
Console
man.
commands? What do I think about console commands?
Foreshadowing.
I think they're fine.
Not just console commands, like the whole
gamer sport thing?
I'm not going on any tangents. I'm just curious. No, I was just talking about like how certain people are trying to, I don't know, break it is the right word.
Well, I think you have to remember that certain people that are doing that also do that for a living. Like their job is to quality control and to test things. So they do console commands day in and day out. I mean, that's like their bread and butter. Just like if you were asking me, how do I optimize like my file storage, or how do I do this or whatever, I'd be like, hey, I could talk to you for like an hour about that, and I would be excited, and no one else would, because that's what I do all day. So, so I mean, that's why they do it, because that's, to them, that's interesting. That's what they do. So it's not like they're going out of their way and just going to do this. I'm not saying anything bad. I'm just saying it's very fascinating. I mean, I think it's cool. I wouldn't use them for everything. It really does make playing a game just a color by numbers, or a follow by this step by step. Oh my gosh, doing the Sims thing was brutal. Like,
I still haven't finished it because it's
why did I do that to myself? That was horrible. So I kind of don't want to do that again. I kind of don't want to do a painful console command type thing. Like if it's not easy, I don't need to do it. That's just my take on it, but whatever. As we know, different things float different boats. So
the only time in my mind that it needs to even be part of the conversation is when there's contests involved, but those contests should have rules and stipulations that either stray people away from using them or make them less points, or, disqualify them or something, so.
Or just say, this game doesn't count for anybody.
Right.
It's evil, even for everyone.
Like better completions matter. Like Fallout is probably going to end up being, I don't know, it could very well end up being like a 1.6, and it would have to, it could fall under the line to be included in that contest. But at this point, that creator should make a stance saying it won't count. And then if it does count, well, it's fair game to everybody. So what I don't know. Different strokes for different folks.
At least with Game Pass, people are not paying for this stuff. I wouldn't really understand paying the $45 season pass and then doing it and not playing it, but like you said, to each his own, yeah.
What? So one instance I actually really do, I'm really glad that there are console commands. My one nephew has been really getting into Ark, and he has been wanting me to play with him. I played once, and it was whatever, but he wants me to play again with him. So I'm like, you know what? I know there's console commands for like infinite everything, one hit kills and all that. So I'm like, maybe I'll have to put a couple of them in and just kind of go wreck him.
It's when it's fun.
But yes.
All right, I'm gonna
continue on.
I'm gonna tell my last story now.
Oh, I didn't know you had another story.
I do have another story.
All right, what's your other story?
It's a fun tale of the achievement community coming together to knock out some achievements. The game in question is Sunset Overdrive.
Hey.
How do you simul play that one?
Well, there's a co-op mode called Chaos Squad. And there was a period of time a few months ago where it actually went down for a little while. So I think with that knowledge, people have been trying to knock those out. And lately, the Euro boosting channel has been going for this group, for these achievements, excuse me. And they do that. They have a Thursday community session, which is around 9 o'clock their time, so around 4 o'clock Eastern. So
darn it.
Yeah. So
that's why I haven't been paying attention to it.
I made myself British for the last couple of Thursdays, as well as adopted Brit Retro Chief. We played along with Alex R. Davies and Fluttery Chicken, Hatton, Michelle, Quick Don't Die, Simpso, and Jester. And we had some helpers, Chewy on Ice, who was the strategy and weapons consultant, and Ben L72 and Lego Head. So this was really just amazing. Everyone helped out. I didn't realize that Alex basically plowed through this game in like a week, if that. So he got the completion.
That's what that man does.
Yeah, insane.
He just plows.
Just crushing games lately. Yep.
He just completed Time Spinner while we were talking. Like, amazing. I can't wait to ask him about that. Anyway.
Beating the sequel. It's not even out yet.
Alex told me some tidbits to say, and that Alex, Hatton, Chewy, and Michelle all snagged MVP awards across the various sessions. Retro went from a total newbie one week to winning the Fizzy Balloon Hunt the next, and Lego Head had the best stories about scooters. That is fascinating. Just fascinating.
All right, then.
But I hopped in for the DLC achievements, in which there are, I believe, 2 or 3. And they all have some ridiculously high ratios because many people have this game started.
God, I wish we had a second one of them.
Almost 300,000 people started this game now. Wow. Yeah, it's pretty polarizing. I know Prue doesn't like it. Alex seems to like it despite not being like a potty humor type of guy. It's right up my alley, of course. But
obviously.
Yeah, so we did the Chaos in the Robot Factory. You know, these have healthy 4 ratios, and then when you get the achievement, it's like 0.05% got these achievements on Xbox. So putting it out there, if any American squads want to get together, I know, Koosh, you had said you had wanted to give it a try. I would recommend getting the Hairspray Bomb up to level 5 and getting the Second Amendment Amp.
Definitely. I definitely want to get that done.
It's pretty trivial after that. You have to get the Chaos Squad points, and then at the end there's a tower defense part. And if everyone talks it out and works together,
have you never played
not hard.
Sunset Overdrive, Nate?
What's that?
Have you never played Sunset Overdrive?
No, I have played it. I've just never done the co-op stuff or the Chaos Squad.
Oh. The way Elle said that, I thought you never played it. I was going to say, oh, man, you're missing out.
No, I want to get in there and do that. But yeah, right now, I was too busy doing
it before they take it away.
Yeah, that's scary.
If we're bragging on boosts,
yeah,
I got to brag on boost then. If that's what we're doing, then I'm going to do that. So last week,
brag camp.
Last week, a whole bunch of Assassin's Creed idiots who have been trying to get together
Assassin's Creed idiots.
And get through a slap fight in Assassin's Creed Brotherhood finally pushed me over the level 50 level. So finally got there and got a lot of help from like Stan showed up, Toadstyle Venom. And Nightwolf keeps showing up for whatever reason. He already has it. Chip has been there a bunch. Got a bunch of other people. I'm not gonna name everyone because we had so many people go through. But a lot of people show up that didn't need to be there, and I will definitely mention them when we get everybody across the line. So anyone that's ever done that boost and has put in some time, make sure you are checking the channel because we are going to be wrapping things up soon, but we want to make sure everybody gets across the line. We don't want to leave anybody behind, and we're focusing on the level 50. But the progress finally happened. We're finally getting there, and now that we have a bunch of level 50s, it goes even faster for the people that aren't level 50.
And that's Brotherhood?
In addition, that is Assassin's Creed Brotherhood, yep. And then in addition to that, I was asked to help out with one of my favorite games, Titanfall. I was asked to help with some Frontier Defense, and I helped Stan and Jables and Fug to get their 15 Frontier Defense stars. And yes, I will help you. Yay! But you need to get a group together. And we gotta do it. I love some Frontier Defense. So
you want to
do you have a working 360? He's pointing
right over there.
He's pointing. It's stuck to the ceiling.
Those guys were doing all right. I think they were like 5 or 6 short each, and we just kind of went in there and over the course of 2 or 3 sessions got it done. So, and that is so much fun. I just love that mode. I'm so ready for Titanfall 3 and to have Frontier Defense and achievements tied to it would be so great.
All right, I got some questions here. How is Assassin's Creed Brotherhood as a game?
As a game, the single player is fun. It's one of my favorite Assassin's Creeds.
No. I would say it's really good.
I've never played the multiplayer in Assassin's Creed at all, except for when I'm boosting to get achievements. And it's not a fun boost. It's the hardest one because you need 6 people to start the mode. So if you can't get 6 people to show up, then you're not going to start it. And when you do get 6 people to show up, 25% of them are going to have issues with the DLC and they're going to have to download them again. And then if they get kicked off or disconnected, there's a chance that they're going to have to download the DLC again in order to join your session.
Really?
Like the DLC is horrendous with that.
Wow.
Other people have had no issues. Like, knock on wood, I've had a lot of luck and I haven't had any of those issues. But we've got some people that are doing it on the 360. We've got a bunch of people that are doing it backwards compatible, and that seems to be more stable. But the boost is you basically get 6 people, 3 teams of 2, and you break up into 2 groups. So that's one person from each team is in one of these groups, and you just go around in a triangle slapping each other. Just slap it, hitting the B button. And then that person
Sounds
hits
fun.
the next person, that person hits the first person, then you just keep going over and over and over. And then someone accidentally kills somebody. That's
definitely stand and ship, right?
Yeah.
Accidentally,
Yeah.
right?
So it's not the most exciting boost, but at that hour of the night, mistakes happen and lots of laughs.
Stand kills me on purpose in co-op, so that's all you need to know.
I can't exactly blame you. I did the same thing in Halo.
Oh, sorry, El, you were in the way.
You were.
No, it's on purpose. So how come
know
Assassin's
what
Creed
you're talking
Brotherhood
about.
was not called Assassin's Creed 3?
Because Assassin's Creed 3 was Assassin's
Yeah.
Creed 3.
It's confusing.
No idea. No idea.
Because Brotherhood had the same
Assassin's Creed 3 is
protagonist as
Assassin's
2.
Creed 5.
No, Assassin's Creed 3 has a different protagonist. So it's different.
Okay.
Brotherhood and Revelations was a continuation on Ezio.
So they could have called it Assassin's Creed 2.
That's a terrible name.
The ballerina assassin. That'd
Yeah,
be
like
awesome.
Final Fantasy 13 2 had the same protagonist. They could have done that.
But then you'd be copying.
I like Assassin's Creed 2 and see him with the little ballet outfit.
I'm just waiting to see if Corey would just interrupt us.
Corey's like,
Nope. Assassin's Creed is not my deal.
All right. Well, let's continue on. Let's actually get into some news now. Corey, why don't you take this first one?
All right. So the Xbox mobile app is being updated.
Finally.
It is slowly rolling out, but they have added achievements back to the app. I say back to, but really this new app never had them. So technically they have been added for the first time. And so not only can you view your achievements, I'm looking at some of my most recent ones right now. They appear in like a tile-based format. And if your achievement happens to have tracking on it, I'm doing a little quick search. It does show your tracking on there, so that's cool. The best part about it, though, is notifications are back. So you get all those nice little pops on your phone,
it's so nice.
as well as your console. So that's my favorite part about it. But they are slowly rolling that out. I think as of today, as of recording, they're pushing it to more people. So if you don't have it, maybe check your app store. On my Android phone here, I have an Xbox app and I have the Xbox beta app. So my beta app is the one that has it on there. The original app does not yet, but those are back. So the app is one step closer to being fully functional and as of some use. If they pull back the store, then I will be set.
I was just about to ask.
Yep.
I would love for them to be able to bring back the store.
yeah,
now.
the store is how I would always redeem every games with gold. And I used the achievements all the time on the app. You can compare with your friends on there and look at the percentages of. It just was. I don't know why they
The
took it
app's
away.
easier to navigate a lot of times
Yeah,
rather than going through the
Exactly.
Xbox console or reaching over, grabbing
a computer.
your computer and going on TA.
Right.
And you
One
can
of the
also-
other updates on the app was that they are letting you clear your storage space remotely. So that's kind of cool.
Oh, I missed that. That's cool.
Yeah, so it says easily clear up storage space when you try to install a game on your target console, and it doesn't have space. So, yeah, that's neat.
It's a very real problem. The app was also good for helping to unlock things sometimes. Like if you had a stuck achievement, I noted that if I went over to the app and I clicked it, I could go to my Xbox and go through the app, the achievements,
The game hub.
in there. Yeah, the game hub to kind of force it. But the app did the exact same thing. So it was so nice to just be able to do that and not have to exit the game. And I'm sad because I do not have this update yet. I am one of the people without.
You need a better phone?
No, I've got a nice phone. I mean, it's only 4 years old or whatever.
The funny part is I got the update right before I did the Fallout thing. So I did Fallout and it's like notification central.
That feels good.
Oh, that's the
Oh,
best.
yeah. It was a good first test. Test back.
All right.
Kenny's updated his phone. Too
I'm
busy
excited.
to transition.
I'm excited about.
No, Brooke told me to save a code on T-Mobile Tuesdays. So I'm going to do that because I have 22 minutes left in the day to get it.
Oh yeah, you got a sanitizer thingy.
Oh, no, not that. The free pictures.
Oh yeah,
This will be great content if anyone's listening to this in like a year from now.
yeah, all that stuff that we click save or redeem on and never use yet.
Yep. I have so many Popeye's chicken sandwiches I never redeem.
Hey, buddy. I've got an inbox.
All right. Well, speaking of updates, Xbox Series X and S FPS boost is coming to Skyrim, Fallout 4, Prey, and more. So, once again, the more benefits coming from the ZeniMax acquisition. All the older great Bethesda titles are getting these FPS boosts. And, for instance, the ones I just mentioned will be getting an increase from 30 frames per second to 60 frames per second when it's enabled. And then with the power of the Series X, if you have the right TV, you can now play those games in 4K 60 frames per second. So all these older games that were usually just, they're good-looking games. They're not too terrible. They're going to look even better now. Actually going to look good.
I had always heard that Prey kind of suffered from performance issues, and apparently this fixes those performance issues. So Prey might actually be a really good game now.
Yes. I've heard good things about Prey if you could get over a couple of the hurdles that it did have. Actually, now that I think about it, didn't it get an update or something like that made it, good?
Yeah, it was like a FPS boost, I believe.
Before this one. Maybe I'm thinking of another game. I don't know.
So is there a downfall for doing that boost?
I mean, they let you turn it off. So if there is, you can go back to your cruddy game.
Yeah, I mean, if you want to play with less frames.
If you want to play like FuFu.
Yeah, if you want to play like me, I mean, you can.
I think it is. I think you have to choose it, right? I'm not sure.
Doesn't it make the
I think
graphics
you do have
worse
to,
or
you have to
something?
go and download extra stuff.
Okay.
Yeah.
Not extra worse. They'll just look like
not
pretty
extra.
standard.
I thought when you switch that, you were making something worse. That's why you choose it in some games.
I think some games are like that, but I think this FPS boost is so it's not like performance versus super graphic intensive whatever. I think that's other games, but this one I think it's just do you want 30 or do you want 60?
Yeah, that's other games where it's like you can play it in 30 frames a second, but you get 4K, or you can play in 60 frames a second and get 1080. This is just whatever the resolution is, we're going to give it to that, plus we're going to double all the frames. Which, going from 30 to 60 is a big jump. That really makes the game
it's like
look
almost
better.
double.
It's like almost twice. Dang it.
God, I knew you guys were going to say
We're on
that.
the same old wavelength.
Yeah. Math.
So FPS is
Whatever.
first-person shooter. Let's not go through this again, okay?
All right, well, final news segment, that news article that we're going to talk about, and this is pretty big, at least for one of our community members. 2K signs long-term exclusive deal with Tiger Woods, acquires PGA Tour 2K21 dev. I imagine none of us really care about the golf games, blah, blah, blah. But the good news about this is old Jables he got a promotion from this, as he works for the 2K.
Well, now he does. So
Now he does, yeah.
From the
does.
Take
Sorry, I said that
Two
wrong.
blog post, they said that 2K has announced. I'm just going to read it verbatim. 2K announced that it has entered into a definitive agreement to acquire privately held HB Studios Multimedia Limited. So that is who Jay Black works for. They have developed critically acclaimed and commercially successful PGA Tour 2K21 and the golf club stuff they've done. And so 2K has now acquired them. So Jay Black is now a 2K employee. So that is pretty cool for him. And we are definitely happy for him about that.
Oh, yes.
Pretty cool stuff.
Very cool.
Yo,
Yeah, the actual golf game, I don't think any of us really care about.
yo, hook me up with that Tiger Woods, yo.
I do hear good stuff about the golf club games. So
Yeah.
I think those are really well done. They're still working on WWE, but the golf stuff is definitely where they shine. So it seems.
Yeah, just not my cup of tea.
Join the club.
Golf joke.
That was that was bad. Terrible.
We're about to get caddy.
All right.
Balls.
Oh, look, a birdie.
Any more? Or should
Balls.
we just do a segue and Nate tells us what we should buy this week?
Sure, I'll tell you what to buy this week.
Golf with friends.
Yeah, golf with friends. Other golf destruction derby. So there's a game called Planet Alpha. I haven't played it. There's a game called Planet Alpha. It's $2.99 down from $20. It's a platformer, 6 to 8 hours. It has a score of 3.6 with 110 votes. The review is interesting. It says it's a pretty game, but it doesn't do a good job of telling you what you have to do, and it's very confusing, and really it's just a pretty game. The nice thing about the review, though, is it tells you that there is chapter select and there's no missables. So if you do happen to not get all the collectibles, you can very easily go back and get them. It looked like a fun game to me. I remember when I first saw this, I was thinking it was kind of Limbo-esque. Not positive. It definitely doesn't look Limbo-esque when I look at the screens, but might want to check it out. It's a cheap game, maybe. Also, a game called Pillar. It's $2 down from $8. This is a puzzle game. It's 2 to 3 hours. There is a walkthrough, and this is the same developer as The Path of Modus, who Rocker interviewed on level 1 of the podcast.
Wow.
That was so
If you go
long
back and
ago.
listen, be kind. Be kind.
Or don't listen.
Or
That's
don't
fine.
listen. Or yes.
Remember what I was saying about the Perfect Dark stuff? Yeah, same mindset, but with the
podcasts.
very beginning of this.
There's another platformer, I should say. Octahedron, $6.50 down from $13. It looks like it's a rhythmic platformer. So as I was watching the videos, it looks like you have to jump on the beat and do kind of crazy moves like that. It's interesting. You might want to check it out if you like platformers. It looks like an interesting spin on them. And then finally, 2 games that are way too expensive to recommend, but I have been looking at these for a while. Before they're both recent releases, and this is the first time they've gone on sale. I think they're interesting. Maybe you think the same thing. I think they're a little too expensive right now, but maybe check them out later. That's Morbid: The Seven Acolytes. It's an action RPG role-playing, 8 to 10 hours. Looks to me like a Dead Souls-ish in 2.5D. It's $17.50, down from $25, so not a huge sale. And then also Gods Will Fall. Valiant Edition is $24, down from $32. It's an action adventure game. It looks kind of fun. It's a good looking game. They're both good looking games. But a little too expensive right now, but maybe keep an eye on them.
All right. My recommendation, just go get Game Pass. Just there's no
Stop
reason
it,
like
Kenny.
Just go get Game Pass. We'll explain. If somehow you've missed all this, we'll tell you why in just a minute.
Some
after
of us
Al
like
tells you
getting
what he's
bad,
going to recommend.
easy games. like
Like what?
Tree Adventures? What? That's actually one I have not been had the pleasure of playing yet, but it's 74
There's a run
cents.
button.
There's a run button.
Is there a
That is
run
true.
button?
There's a run button. I wish they'd tell you that.
I really have to play this game, don't I? Ugh.
Yes, you're obligated.
It's funny that you mentioned the Path of Modus because that's also on sale. That's 1 to 2 hours, $3.74. Black the Fall is 2 to 3 hours, $4.49. If you are a member of the community, you have to get Jackbox, even though it is not great because it is still considered a Vayner. It is $3. Grab it. And my favorite easy sale game is Adventures of Elena Temple Definitive Edition. It is $2. Please buy it. It is fun.
It
Damn
doesn't
it.
look good.
It's fun. It's got good graphics and everything. Better than Perfect Dark.
Not
Not a high
no?
bar. Oh.
I mean, yes, not a high bar, but no. Once again, not my cup of tea on that. But what is my cup of tea is free stuff, and we're halfway through the month, so that means we do have some more Games with Gold stuff that we can redeem. So, available all month if you haven't grabbed it yet, Warface Breakout, you can pick that up. Now available to get, Vicious Attack Llama Apocalypse. That is available until April 15th. I'm very much excited for that. Just for that name alone, I want to play it. And then another game that I alone in the community actually am looking forward to, Port Royale 3. Yeah, you can get that now until the end of the month.
I look forward to your review of it.
I somehow doubt that, unless you're trying to go to sleep or something.
Trying to broaden my horizons.
Ah, okay, well then, that might be able to do it. But for Game Pass, holy hell, Game Pass, yeah, that had a killer week this week.
It sure did.
Probably the biggest Game Pass week ever.
Oh, 100%.
If you ask me.
And this, honestly, is the biggest news story of the week. Of just the simple fact that Bethesda has officially acquired ZeniMax. And with that, Bethesda, ID, Machine Games, everything under ZeniMax is now Xbox owned. And all games come in future throughout with all those will be Xbox exclusives per Phil Spencer. So that is huge news. If you have Game Pass, all the games drop day one. Like I said with the sale recommendation, if you don't have Game Pass, why? It's such a good deal. It's almost hard to not have. Other than the fact it's actually becoming overwhelming with how many top tier games that are in it now. So starting available now, Skyrim, Fallout 4, The Evil Within, all the Wolfensteins, and actually the list that I'm reading from right in front of me doesn't actually include them all, because it's literally all of the Bethesda games. If it's on Windows or if it's on Xbox, it's now in Game Pass.
Not all of them.
Okay, true. You're right. Most of them. There was 20 that were added.
Right. For new list though, for stacks, both Wolfenstein, Old Blood, New Order, The Evil Within, Fallout 4, and Skyrim all have new Windows 10 stacks though.
Yes, I see why it was on this list. I was reading it wrong. My bad. I see why that was put down now. All right, but also added, Undertale was coming to xCloud console and the PC.
It's been on PC. Throw that out there.
But with no achievements.
With no achievements.
Okay.
It's not play anywhere.
I thought that was
you can't go between the two. Saves won't even go. So you have to play it on your phone or your console. But we have Undertale now. Yay!
That's big.
I was going to play it so I could talk about it on the podcast, but it came out last night, and I didn't think that I could give it enough time. It's not a long game for what I hear, but it still needed more time than I could give it. So I do plan on hitting that one up this weekend, at least a little bit.
Same. I want to play. I know nothing about this game other than it is a massive and majorly loved indie RPG. So just from everything I hear, because I've literally heard nothing bad about this game. I've only heard amazing things, so I very much want to try it. And I've not been spoiled on any of it, so I'm going to go in completely blind on it.
Everyone dies.
All right. Thanks for ruining that. Now I don't want to play
The
it.
main character was a dog the entire time.
Next game that's coming to xCloud, console, and PC on March 18th, Empire of Sin. Have you guys seen this game?
I was in a party with Freem, and Freem was going nuts about this. This is apparently ex-commie, so he's very
You can't
excited.
say that.
Sorry, he loves ex-commies.
Oh, all right.
He loves the Cold War. What can I say?
Yeah, it's a TA calls it a strategy turn-based game. There's also some management in it looks like, and it's back with Mafia, so you have the Tommy guns, and like Nate said, it's XCOM. This game looks great. I'm very much excited for this. This was one of the games that when I saw that was released, I was like thinking about buying. I'm like, there's too many games. I'll hold off. My cheapness paid off. Now it's in Game Pass. Game also coming March 18th. Nier Automata to the
Near
PC.
a tomato.
Automata, whatever. Near Automobile, whatever. It's hard to pronounce. Either way, that's coming to the PC.
No achievements, I don't think.
At least, no, I don't believe there is, because I think Railbait was going off on. He was angry that there wasn't any achievements. Star Wars Squadrons for the console is coming through EA Play on March 18th.
I just want to open that game and watch it start.
I was actually like, when they announced the EA stuff and we got Game Pass Sports Only Edition last week, I was super excited to play Squadrons. I was going to give it a try. Now it's at the bottom of my list for what the rest of the stuff that we have.
Yeah, for real, there's so much this week. Nate, have you actually played this game yet?
No, I have.
You're the
not.
big Star Wars guy.
I have not played this game yet, but like I said, I just want to hear that music. And I don't know where else I could get it, so I just want to see when this game starts. I just want to hear it.
Yeah, this game looks so good. Once again, another game that has had lots of critical acclaim to it. I'm very much looking forward to. Also, March 18th, Torchlight 3 for the PC.
Again, no achievements as of yet.
More games coming real soon. March 25th, Genesis Noir for console and PC.
Struggling with those words today.
It is late, dude.
We'll allow it.
All right. I know nothing about this game. I got lost with all these news. I can't speak to this one.
Unfortunately, it is a bottom of the list still as well.
All right. Also, March 25th, just announced today, Octopath Traveler is coming to console and PC.
All right, now this is a big deal.
It's a very big deal.
This is huge.
Yep.
This was out of nowhere.
It's huge that we're getting this on Xbox. I cannot believe that this is coming here.
And it's for quote unquote free, so
Yeah.
even better. This is one that I will play. Isn't this a
Since when are you
I'm thinking of a
into,
different one.
It's an RPG.
Since when are you
It's an
into
RPG
turn-based
that I-
RPGs?
Yeah, turn-based RPG. I will play.
Well, I mean, it's
I'm very
Pokemon.
surprised that you actually
No, what?
wanted to play this.
I like
Monster
the,
Sanctuary.
I like the art style to this game, and I know that you don't have to, but you can play like the story like 8 different ways, 8 different characters. I'm interested in playing it through at least a quarter of one character.
All right, then.
Oh, fractions.
It's too late to do that, man.
I will be trying this out for sure. It doesn't say cloud, that'd be cool to play it on my phone, but I'm hoping that it's play anywhere. You know, I've been liking to play stuff on my PC, so that would be cool. But I am excited for it. I'll give it a try.
Yeah, that is a huge get, not just for Xbox, but the fact that it's coming to Game Pass, that is amazing. March 25th, next game. Pillars of Eternity 2 Deadfire Ultimate Edition is coming for the PC.
Just in case Game Pass didn't have enough hours of gameplay, here's Pillars of Eternity 2. Why not?
Right?
Yeah, why not?
Another big name game. Also coming March 25th for the PC, Supra Lamp.
Yeah, it's got a stack.
Yeah, this is a Vayner stack.
It's a Vayner stack.
Okay, I was gonna say I know this. I know the name of this. I've made the Toyota joke before. I don't know this game, so that's why I knew you guys were looking forward to it, and that's why it's a Vayner. Another RPG from March 25th, cloud, console, and PC. Yakuza 6, The Song of Life.
This is a day and date release as well to Game Pass.
Does that make every Yakuza game in Game Pass now?
No, because the one I want to play is not in Game Pass. And yes, I have been looking at a Yakuza game to play.
It starts with an S. Is that the one? It's like an offshoot. It's an offshoot.
The one I want to play is Like a Dragon.
Okay, no, not that one. There's another Yakuza game. I think there's 2 offshoot Yakuzas, and people are screaming at the podcast right now, so I apologize. But there's 2.
I don't know the series.
There's 2 offshoots from the series. One of them is definitely coming. It starts with an S. I cannot remember the name of it. And then I think the second one. Why wouldn't it be coming? Because everything else is here. So
I've heard a lot of good things about Like a Dragon.
That's the newest one, besides Yakuza 6, but Yakuza 6 has been out. I think Like a Dragon was like new for everywhere.
Yes.
But that's the only one that I'm interested in playing. I looked at a video just really quick of Yakuza 6, and it showed a dude holding a baby, and you had like different meters you were watching. I was like, what?
Yeah, I think that's pretty much everything about this game is like, what?
Yeah, I know that these are just bonkers games. They seem enjoyable. I would love to play them, but there are too many games. No one has the time for all this. Next
I just
game.
proved it.
No. Yeah. Come into cloud, console, and PC on March 30th. Narita Boy.
This game looks fun. It's very retro.
I know, Nate, you were
this art
talking
style
about this before.
This art style. There's nothing about this game that I don't already love. Yep. I'm very excited about Narita Boy. Maybe it's a Vayner. Doesn't matter. Looks like it's a lot of fun. I
it's
played
a
the demo.
stack as well, and it's
stack.
published by Team 17. So
fantastic. Yeah,
there's your quality.
There's just too many checkboxes. They're all checked.
April 1st, cloud and console, Outriders.
Yes.
This is an indie game, right?
Yeah, little one.
Little indie game. Okay.
You guys may have heard about it. I don't know.
All right, so this was pretty big news because it's getting a lot of, I guess, popularity behind it because there's a demo out right now. And what I've learned, because I don't play demos or betas because it's a waste of time, the demo carries progress to the main game. So if you are interested, you have the next 2 weeks to play the demo and whatever content it has and not waste your time. I actually was going to talk about this because since Undertale didn't work out, but it was like 20 gigs and it took too long, so I couldn't play it either. But this is a 1 to 3 person like drop in, drop out co-op game.
That's the part I don't like, the 1 to 3, because that means it's no good for our 4-person.
Well, Beer Me can just fly on by.
Yeah, he's going to play it anyway. He'll be done.
It looks good. And if you don't know, it's developed by People Can Fly and published by Square Enix. So having a game launch right with that pedigree launch right into Game Pass, that's pretty big. And this has been getting all kinds of hype. And like I said, it looks good. That's all that has been announced so far.
That's all.
Yes, that's all.
Just those few games.
Just
yes.
A couple. Just 30 games has just been announced for Game Pass. My God. Wait, seriously. If you don't have Game Pass, why? I would love... Just... Like I said, I don't know why you would buy games at this point. Game Pass is just too good of a value. Unless there's something that you're just really, really hyped on, you can just get Game Pass and that's it.
The problem is the ebbs and flows. This one has a lot of good stuff in it. 2 weeks ago, that was not the case. And it's like, okay, good. Breathing room.
Now, some people are saying that with a big game like Outriders that, isn't a Microsoft party, this may be a much shorter stay in Game Pass, like a 3 to 6 month as opposed to a year. So
right.
if you're interested, jump on it.
That's a good point.
What didn't they say like 6 months is the minimum?
I thought 3 months was the
I'm
minimum.
not sure. I wasn't in the meeting that day.
I'll have to ask. Yeah, I'll have to ask Freem for that memo.
I know we've talked about that before. It's been mentioned on the podcast or something like that.
I'd have to look up Red Dead or the other
I was just
Rockstar
about
games.
to say.
Those are the ones I can think of that probably spent the least amount of time.
I think the the standard is at least 3 months. I believe that's it. But yeah, if you want if you want to play Outriders, it's probably better to do it sooner rather than later. But if you really like the game and you know it's leaving, you get 20% off when you go to buy it. So if it's leaving, just quickly go buy it, and that 20% also carries to DLC. So you could save a ton of money there if something's leaving that you want to keep playing. With that, we have all this great stuff. Now we have this massive list of A+ titles, unfortunately, is leaving Game Pass. So on March 31st, we're losing Hyperdot on console and PC, Journey to the Savage Planet on the console, and some game that's big along and has new Chivos.
Machinarium.
Thank you. Yeah, that's it. This is the best game. This was literally the best week for Game Pass, period.
No, not
This
really.
is no contest.
Journey to the Savage Planet's Vayner, and I need to play
The
it.
other big problem.
Okay, so you're one of 7 people that
this
is
is
upset about that.
No, but this is the one problem with Game Pass is that there's this right here. You might find yourself playing an 80-hour RPG, and then all of a sudden it's going away in 2 weeks. So,
Yeah.
then you probably have to buy it. Journey to the Savage Planet.
But that's kind of on you. You gotta manage your time. You gotta do your research.
Well, like you've said, every game should say when it's going to leave.
I think they should give us a
More
month.
than 2 weeks, yeah.
But yeah,
I agree.
You could beat an 80-hour RPG in a month if you really put your mind to it. But
I mean, if that's all
Journey
you
to the
do-
Savage Planet supposedly is doable.
yeah, it is doable. You have to have a co-op partner though. You're gonna be playing the game multiple times.
Although
There's been several of us in the Vayner channel though that have shown interest. So I will be participating. I'm actually going to be participating. I'm going to pull a Koosh. I'm going to do that Game Pass grind.
If you're missing
Well, I
out.
mean, I'm looking it up. It's a 12 to 15 hour completion, so you could totally get it done. That's not-
And it's a $30 game, so I don't want to spend $30.
yeah, it'll be on
It's just
sale.
started
technically,
it.
you would spend about 24.
I just started it today. It is very fun. The sense of humor is, I mean, Elle, you would love the sense of humor. It's just, it's a good game.
It's good stuff. One quick note about Hyperdot, because people may or may not know, it is very glitchy with its achievements. It's play anywhere. So the most efficient method to completing this game is to play it till you get one achievement and look at the achievement list. Be very specific on which achievements you go for, because in my mind, this game is much easier on PC. Now, once you get an achievement, you quit the game, you go over to your other device, PC or console, the opposite of what you've done, and you play until you get another achievement, and you go back and forth. The reason you do this is because on most occasions, when you load up that new game, the game on the new device, a random achievement will pop. So there's a way to complete this game without actually having to do everything it asks, because it is genuinely tough to get that completion if you had to do it 100% legit. So I went back and forth a bunch and got most of them. Today it was announced that it was leaving, so I said, you know what, I'm going to buckle down. I had 2 achievements left. I booted it up on my PC. I got one of those achievements, booted it up on the Xbox, got the other one randomly just when I logged in, got my completion. So, and so the reason I say kind of keep in mind which one you're going to do it on, for me, PC was easier. So some of those more difficult achievements I saved for PC. You also want to just check your achievements tracker in game. Some of this stuff will say locked, but you've already unlocked it. So you can actually kind of trick the system, unlock it again, because maybe it's kind of easy, not get an achievement, but quit the game at that point, go back to the console and see what happens. It's just a lot of flip-flopping back and forth, but it is a way to get most, well, in my case, all the achievements, but definitely the majority for most people. Have you guys tried it, El or Koosh?
I have. I have played most of it legit. I got about 80 levels in so far.
Okay, so you are legitimately close.
Yeah, I'm very close. I have 2 achievements left because I was actually upset when achievements started popping by accident because I hadn't earned a couple of them. But some of those are really hard. But yeah, it's actually easier on the PC because some of the levels have like an ice mechanic to them. So on your controller, when you start moving your cursor around or you start moving your little character around, it'll keep sliding. But on the PC, if you're using a mouse, your character will stay exactly where you put it.
Yeah.
So those levels are cakewalk on the PC compared to on the console. So I was having trouble with some of those levels, so I might go back and, especially if I can't cheese the completion at this point, because things are starting to get difficult and there's a clock. So I might just switch to the PC and see if I can hook up a mouse and play it that way.
Unfortunately, you control a dot and you're trying to dodge stuff. Unfortunately, your mouse will probably be quicker than the dot, so you kind of have to adjust. But if you do slow movements, it will be right on top of your cursor, and it is a lot easier. So yeah, just a little PSA for those who want to try to complete that in the next 2 weeks.
And there are good videos online. I found this one guy who just goes through each level and just sort of shows you like how he did it and like the strategies for each particular level. So there's help out there if you want it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have not.
All right.
I have not played it.
Do you plan on it?
I don't know. So the achievement that you needed just happen to pop randomly, or is it a way?
I unlocked one. Like I had 2 achievements. One, I had to play through the whole game to get to like the end boss, or I could do this one free play level with certain modifiers. And I said I'm gonna go for that one, and that's the one I did. And then this other one that is a very late game achievement just popped.
Is it difficult? Because
some of it,
the
but most
ratio's
of it, no.
high. All considering there's a glitch like this, and the publisher.
I think a lot of casual people. Yeah, I think a lot of casual people played it.
31.
So maybe that's why.
It's not graphically intensive or anything, but people maybe they don't have gaming PCs, and that's how the glitch works, is switching from platform to platform.
Interesting point.
Yeah. This is very unique in that sense.
It's so funny because the publisher is Glitch.
Right.
That's the name of the publisher.
It is by Glitch. That's amazing.
All right. Well, if all of those games weren't good enough, then we have a bunch of games coming real soon.
All right. Time for coming real soon. Trademark pending. There are 20 games coming out next week. That is the week starting the 21st, because we count weeks on Sundays. So I'm not going to read you 20 games, especially at almost 2 hours into a podcast where we've been talking about nothing but other games. So I've picked
After
out
midnight.
Rocker's Top 5, and all 5 of mine happen to be coming out on Friday, because, you know, the best games are always released on Friday. So here we go. Friday, March 26th. I'm going to do that one last. Friday, March 26th. It Takes Two. So I'm just going to read the little blurb on these because they mostly
excited for this.
cover everything that you need to know. Embark on the craziest journey of your life in It Takes Two. Invite a friend to join for free with a friend's pass and work together across a huge variety of gleefully disruptive gameplay challenges. So this is by the same people who did A Way Out, and it works just the same way. You have your split screen co-op, and just like it says, you'll be able to let a friend play for free. But when it comes to achievements, they probably won't unlock anything. It looks really good. I'm pretty excited about it. I will wait for it to come to EA Play for free, though.
If you haven't watched the reveal trailer for this, do yourself a favor. Just go look at it. It looks good.
Looks like a Pixar.
It does. That is a good comparison.
It looks like a lot of it's going to be a lot of fun.
The next game on my top 5 here is Tank Brawl 2, probably one of the lesser known games. So Tank Brawl 2 Armor Fury, if I get the full name in there. It's an epic 4-player co-op armor shooter, so your tanks. It has an RPG upgrade system and a fully destructible world. And the trailer has a kick-a rock song behind it, so it looked really cool. And there's land vehicles, sea vehicles, and mechs for Kenny. So I'm trying to get this online 4-player game as maybe a panel party game if we can.
I'm down.
If we could do that, because I think it would be pretty cool. It has monster tanks and trains that you fight. It just looks really cool. And online, like there was another cool game that came out this week, but it was local only. Get that trash out of here. This is online 4-player co-op, and it looks awesome. Tank Brawl 2 Armor Fury. Another game. Do you have something, Kenny?
No, go ahead.
All right. So another game, another lesser known game, Die with Glory. I only picked this one out because it was very funny. It's a humor-driven adventure game, non-linear storyline, and your goal is to die. Yeah. They kind of leave it a little vague past that, but I like the look of it. It looked like a point and click, to be honest, like one of those, nice, clean, animated point and clicks. But I guess it's not an adventure game. All right.
Well, on the Steam page, it says Die of Glory, a point and click adventure game.
You know what? Maybe that's why I said it, but the blurb doesn't say that.
If you
I do like
the link.
the art style is visually pleasing, and you only see him in the trailer just walking, but it'd be pretty cool to I don't know. I like the humor in it, and trying to die. I'm pretty good at that, so we'll see how quick I can beat it. Right? If I play it, point and click's not my thing. Anyways, also coming out on Friday, Ballin. Ballin.
Probably Balan.
I've said Balan, but yeah.
We'll go with Balan.
I like Ballin.
Balan Wonderworld. So this is an Ubisoft game, and as I read the blurb, welcome to Balan Wonderland, a wondrous all-action show, the likes of which has never been seen before. Over 80 different costumes give you all the action you could possibly imagine in a game that you never knew could be so disappointing. That was not there. Did you write that, Koosh?
What? No.
That's amazing, Koosh.
So
it's also not Ubisoft. It's Square Enix.
So, okay. Sorry, wrong publisher.
Yeah,
developer there.
Do not disparage the Ubisoft. This is Square Enix's fault.
So I'm kind of halfway excited for it. There is a demo out there. I've not played the demo for reasons. It's not getting a lot of good press. When they teased it a long time ago, it looks kind of like Super Mario Odyssey, but I don't think it's going to have nearly the accolades that does. But it's one of the bigger games of the week, so I had to highlight it. The last one on my
really
list.
Really bad if Nate doesn't like it. He likes everything.
So we have this fantasy league where we pick games, and I picked this game based on those trailers and based on the hype around this game, and I downloaded the demo because I wanted to see how right I was for winning this. And instead, I found out how wrong I was for trusting them. The cutscenes are amazing. They look great. They look like Square Enix cutscenes. Looks like Final Fantasy VII back in 1990, whatever it was, 7. like the impact today is as it was back then. It's amazing. But then you go to play the game and it plays like an indie platformer Mario 64 ripoff with slightly better graphics. The jumping is horrible. The movement is painfully slow. It's horrible. It's horrible. Unless we got like the dingiest first playable build of the game, this thing is going to be a huge flop.
You heard it here first. All right, the last game on my list is the one I'm most excited for. It's the one I'm going to talk about next week because I can't talk about it yet. And it's called Kaz and the Wild Masks. And it says, go on a journey as Kaz in this 90s classic-inspired platformer. When the Crystal Island gets cursed, Kaz needs to save her friend Hogo while facing enraged living vegetables. Find the wild masks to unleash powers of the legendary guardians in Masterland, Sky, and Sea. So, like I said, I will be talking about this next week. It's going to be good. They are definitely 90s games inspired. Think Super Nintendo here. And yeah, I'll have more to say next week. And that podcast will come out the day before this released. If any of that sounds good, 90s kind of platforming, go look at the trailer. There's a little pre-order bonus where you get some skins and whatnot. It's good.
All right. One game that is coming that I know you don't much care about, and you probably know which one I'm going to talk about. Space-based
Animal
Startopia.
Doctor? Oh, yeah.
No, I'm not. I don't know why you want me to play Animal Doctor.
It's a simulation. You have to.
I don't want to play Animal Doctor. I'd rather play Space Base, which is a management game. And this sounds like it's going to be pretty good. Basically, you have to manage your space base, and it's going to have some sort of an attraction. You have to build it up. You have tourists that come through, and
you say tourists. This is literally Roller Coaster Tycoon, but space.
Yes, it's Roller Coaster Tycoon, but space. But along with that, you also have to manage some survival stuff. So I imagine it'll be like you have to make sure there's enough oxygen and enough food or blah, blah, blah. And along with that, you have competitors. And those competitors, they'll attack you with their giant mechs. And then you can go sabotage them, or you can attack them and make it to where you're doing. So it's kind of like Roller Coaster Tycoon mixed with like an RTS kind of a thing. Management game. I don't know. It's the premise to it sounds really good. I'm very much looking forward to it. Unfortunately, though, it's $60. So like that's the thing. It's like maybe I'll wait because there's too many games to play. But I'm definitely gonna be price tracking this one.
This is the same publisher who did Port Royale. Look at that.
Yes, I was wondering if one of you guys are gonna notice that. Yeah. So it's. Yeah, this is a Kenny game. I'm very much looking forward to it. Whenever it is, I do.
To be honest, this looks right up the alley for a Game Pass game.
It really does.
So maybe,
Nate,
maybe one day.
Either of you have any games you're looking forward to?
Well, I don't want to go very long into it, but I was just looking at the games that were there, and Ruvato Original Complex looks interesting. The gameplay looks interesting. The description.
When I read that, I did think of you.
The description made me look at the gameplay. Ruvato Original Complex is a fast-paced hack and slash game. That made me go look at it, and it looks interesting. So, if you like that tiny description, maybe you should check it out too. It looks very skill-based and looks fun. It kind of reminds me of kind of like Batman Arkham chaining combat together.
I am looking forward to
That sounds interesting.
Much anticipated, but often delayed Retromania Wrestling. It finally got another release date of the 23rd. Is that right, Corey?
That is correct.
All right. Well, let's hope
next Tuesday, the following Tuesday.
Let's hope and pray that it comes out.
It's been a ride.
It's been a ride.
And so that's coming real soon. I have a spinoff of this segment already. It's just called Coming Soon. And you guys don't know about it, but I just have to mention it. Coming soon. We don't know the release date, but they announced TMNT Shredder's Revenge, and I'm hyped for it.
That trailer has got me hyped for it. That trailer looks so good.
This is your classic TMNT beat 'em up. 4 players online. I want it.
Now that will be a panel game that we could do.
Definitely online?
If it's
Definitely,
online.
probably.
Okay, definitely, probably. Well, same guys that did...
We don't know details. It might not even come to Xbox, but
I think
it will. It's made by the same people who did Streets of Rage 4.
Didn't they
and
also...
Scott's Pilgrim?
Scott Pilgrim is the one I was thinking. So I'm pretty sure, yeah, online sounds likely. So
We may be buying into the Lie engine, but you know what? It looks good.
I don't know. I wasn't really a fan of that cover of the
Look at this.
turtle
The biggest
song.
TMNT fan, and he's not
What?
even...
No, I just
a
didn't like the
little bit
cover of the
excited.
song. Yeah, they showed like 3 screens. I want to see more.
Oh,
the
kind of
trailer
cover.
does have a rendition of the, Teenage Mutant
Yeah.
Ninja Turtle. Yeah, it's a little different.
It was
just
it,
a tiny
it was
bit.
different. And also,
It's
just in case you
noticeable.
didn't know this,
I liked it.
Raphael is the best turtle.
Leonardo.
I would expect you to say that.
Hold on. What did you say, Koosh?
Me? I'm kind of Donatello guy.
And I'm a
Oh
Michelangelo.
my god.
All right.
Oh
Have
my
it
god.
set.
Well, it's fate. It's fate.
We have it set.
Wow.
Make it happen. Make it happen.
Okay, so now we have to play a Turtles game.
I mean, we could probably find is the old one online? I have no
Raphael
idea.
is cool, but rude.
It is.
Team of T 1989.
Yeah, that's all.
I help people with that game. Just saying.
All right. Well, we know the next panel game.
God. Can we stream 360 games?
I can.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kenny can.
Corey and I
Who's
can.
certain setup? Yep.
Just hold your phone up to the screen.
It's been removed from the Microsoft Store, though. I don't know if I have access.
Ah,
always
killing me, Corey.
an excuse with you.
All right, we are going long.
So what?
Let's get into some contests.
Oing, oing.
L, why don't you read off the GTASC losers?
Stop scaring me. All right, GTASC losers. In solo, Quick Don't Die finished in 23rd place. So,
Good run.
awesome.
He was a last minute elim.
It looks like he had 11,045 and the one above had 11,180, so it was very close.
Oh, wow.
It's at the point where people are trying probably to hold back a little bit, so they have some stuff for later, but can't hold back too much. But we have 22 left in solo, but in team, we are down to 7 teams.
This is the semifinal, by the way.
So team number 8, which is John Carpenter Presents The Casuals Director's Cut 2020 edition. And community member Dude with the Face is on that team, and they were eliminated. So we have 7 teams left.
Getting down to the wire. Nate, do the GTASC, or not GTASC, God, Gamertag Challenge wrap up.
Sure, it's March, and the gamer tag is a Heizo. Wildcard game that he has selected is anything in the Mass Effect series is worth 1 bonus draw max. And then the bonus game, or the bonus game that we're going to be playing, is called You've Got a Friend in Me. And that's achievements containing the text toy or story. 1 bonus draw per achievement, limit 1 per game. You have to find those letters exactly. You cannot find stories, but you can find history, which has STORY in it. So there you go.
All right. And with that, let's get into the actual brag camp for the night. Corey, go ahead and take it away.
All right. Completions. Freedom Girl 85 has completed 100 games. Crazy Catman has completed 200 games. Unky Tim Fu has completed 750 games. And Railbait has completed 800 games. For completion percentage, Fuoth is at 52%, J Black 57%, Red 047 65%, Skeptical Mario 86%, and Sabin Roth's Child 90%.
In ratio, no one is playing difficult games, so there's your challenge.
What's new?
In streaks, Casual Exile is currently on a 50-day achievement win streak, as is J-Dubs, if that's your real name, JW, is currently also on a 50-day win streak, and Big L, that can't be real, there's a typo here, 3,000-day achievement win streak. We're missing a decimal point, right?
Yes, it should be 3 million.
3 million. Congratulations. That's
extra
a
commas.
huge number. That's a lot of days.
Yeah. It certainly is. I have no acceptance speech for this one.
That's crazy. That is a very long achievement win streak. You're nuts. In achievements won, Ahizo has won 23,000. Triple Triad, 32,000. Slayer Reigning, good name, 33,000. And Railbait with 36,000 achievements won.
He should have just named himself Slayer Raining Blood after all that. T.
Rain in
But I know
blood.
he spelled raining the other way.
Exactly, Rain in Blood. That rain is the title of the album. Raining Blood is the song. Rain in Blood is the album.
I'm going to need a picture.
Slayer!
Scared me.
Continue with Gamerscore. Al.
In Gamerscore, Death Dealers has 450,000 TA. Oh, wait a minute. That was put in the wrong spot. Maybe. Definitely. So, we're going to have to axe that. That's
oops.
okay. In Gamerscore, Icefire TN has reached 500,000 Gamerscore. I believe he told us a story that he forgot to hit the 500,000 on the head. For shame. But he said he was playing with his GTASC team, so it was okay in his book. So that sounds cool to me. NBA Kirkland hit 700,000, and he was taunting me, when are you going to hit your 700,000? As a matter of fact, I hit it yesterday.
Noise.
And I have a quick story about that too. So I had an uneven gamer score for the longest time, and I'm like, all right, when I'm going to hit 700,000, I'll even it back up. The problem is I had Keflings for Windows 8 that had a 13G achievement that did not pop for me, and it's known to be a buggy. So I was planning on trying it on a different computer, but I never got around to it. So what I did was I dived the game Save the Ninja Clan, where all the achievements are worth like 33 gamer score. So I evened it up that way. Hit 700,000 on the nose.
With what achievement?
It was something in Jackbox Party Pack. I just picked a 50 gamer score one to hit it on the head that I knew I could do easily. And then I took a bunch of pictures because I'm lame like that. And moving on, Vulgar Latin has 800,000 gamer score. And Nutty Ray has 900,000 gamer score. And our new friend Slayer Raining has 1.1 million gamer score. In TA score, Death Dealers has 450,000 TA score. Alex R. Davies has 500,000 TA score. Mark B has 650,000. Creature spelled backwards. Has 850,000. Good old MDP 73, who was also dare to hit it on the head, got 1 million TA score. Way to go. Ross Sauce Ross, 1.3 million. Inferno 118 has 1.9 million. And these two guys seemingly are together on TA score all the time. Inigo Montoya and Jimbot from Utah, Kansas they both have 2 million TA score. That's crazy.
Wow.
Wow.
Wowzers. Hey, who said wowzers? Kenny and Corey.
You did.
Nate?
I should know, wowzers.
Oh.
God.
Do, 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 do. Do, 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 do,
Was it
do.
Inspector Gadget?
Yeah, it was Inspector Gadget.
Okay.
Oh, that's right. Yes.
Wowzers.
Wow. Wowzers. I just drew a
That's
blank there.
It's an old show. Alex R. Davies is in the top 200 of the TA difference leaderboard for Metroidvanias. He's on a Vayner kick. Wonder why. Ben L72 is now in the top
Who knows?
20 of the completed games leaderboard for Metroidvania. He's on a Vayner kick. I wonder why. Elroy OMJ is in the top 20 of the Gamerscore leaderboard for Party. I don't know why, but I'm assuming that they are worth good TAD for GTASC, and that's why. EL Sock, it's in the game, is in the top 50 of the Massachusetts Gamerscore leaderboard and completed games leaderboard. So he hit those two on the head. Nice job. Ice Fire TN is in the top 100 of the TA difference leaderboard for platformer. Inigo Montoya is in the top 5 of the completed games leaderboard for automobile. He likes racing games. And is number 1 on North Carolina Gamerscore leaderboard. That is insane.
Nice.
Lego Head is in the top 500 of the TA difference leaderboard for strategery. Mental Knight is in the Mental Knight 5 is now second in the Gamerscore leaderboard for Party. I saw him showing Elroy that he's now second, while Elroy is just measly in the top 20. Mike Pitch is in the top 50 of the New York Achievements 1 leaderboard. Oh, now I wonder where I am there now. NBA Kirkland is in the top 100 of the Gamerscore leaderboard for Collection. Planting 42 is in the top 10 of the TA leaderboard for Ariel. I guess the Little Mermaid got her own category. Quick Don't Die is in the top 20 of the TA leaderboard for Dodgeball. Ross Sauce Ross is in the top 10 of the Georgia TA leaderboard. What the Fug is in the top 2,000 of the Max Possible Completion Percentage leaderboard. And X Neo 21X is now in the top 200 of the TA leaderboard for Metroidvanias. He's been on a Vader kick. I wonder why.
They do A right? I don't know what that is. You guys do that.
It's from The Sopranos.
Oh, I thought it was
Bing,
from Happy
bada boom.
Days.
Happy Days, that's before even my time.
I'll take the gabagool.
Wow, that was quite the accent.
Thank
like
you.
it.
It's my Michael Scott.
Most overrated show ever. And we're done with Bragcam. Excuse me. Proclamation. 0.69 times 2. Giggity.
There it is. All right. All of them. All right. Well, that was a long show.
That's what she said. Damn it. That's why it's such a great show.
There we go.
I mean, over it.
So, as always, check us out on all of the platforms. Like and review us on each of them. Please give us some iTunes reviews, some 5-star ratings. We need them. We appreciate them. We stream twitch.tv/AH101. Follow us for free. Sub to us for free if you have Amazon Prime. It helps us out. Twitter, if you would like to get in contact with us, and send us a Twitter tweet.
Oh, I missed that.
Twitter.com/achievements101. Join the Discord. That's the good time. Everyone's hanging out over there. Discord.io/AH101. Please, if you have YouTube, which I know you do, everybody has a YouTube. Why aren't you sub to our YouTube? Go to YouTube. YouTube.com/achievementhunting101. Sub for free. It would help us out. It would make us feel warm and fuzzy inside. And lastly, Patreon.com/achievementhunting101. If you enjoy the show, if you enjoy the community, if you like the contests we put on, you want some extra benefits in the Discord, some extra content, you can sign up for the Patreon. We would greatly appreciate your support. Really helps us out, keeps the lights on, and helps keep this going, helps improve the quality of the show. All of these links is in the show notes. Be sure to read the show notes. Nate and Elle do good jobs on it.
Yes,
They really
we do.
See? Even he says it. They put hard work into them each and every week,
Mhm.
or at least most weeks they do.
Mhm.
I found a site that actually just writes them for you, so it's
Shownotes.com.
Oh wow!
Mhm.
You guys have been lying to me all this time. Wow, disappointing. But with that, class is dismissed. See you next week.
Do not go to shownotes.com.
Do not know.
Safe search. No. Oh,
not a sponsor.
Wow. Boy. 69 plus 69 is level 138, baby.
Hello, I'm Wakapeil, bringing you a last-minute GTASC recommendation. Nidhogg 2 is a heavily caveated, excellent one-on-one blend of fighting game, beat-em-up and platformer. Playing locally against a similar skilled player, Nidhogg 2 is among the best multiplayer experiences there are. Unfortunately, the online mode is just not good enough to handle the fast-paced action. The online is in fact completely busted, and it is extremely difficult just to get matches going, as evidenced by its extremely high ratio achievement for winning 100 ranked matches. The achievement Valkyrie is currently plummeting in ratio. Its 200 gamer score used to be worth over 2000 TA, but as of right now it is at 1666. Playing against bots is not at all as exciting, but 12 out of 13 achievements can easily be achieved in a handful of hours. If you are still in GTASC, unlocking Valkyrie now not only gives you a significant TAD boost, it also lowers many of your opponent's score when its ratio recalculates. Don't even have to win 100 matches. It unlocked at 50 wins for me and others, which appears to be the actual criteria. The game features a speedrun achievement, which tasks you with completing the single-player campaign in less than 20 minutes, which is actually very generous. Having played some multiplayer beforehand, I unlocked the speedrun achievement on my first full run through the single-player, which is just a series of matches against bot. Nidhogg 2 has 13 achievements worth 1000 game score and 3400 TA, of which one achievement is so incredibly difficult no one has been able to unlock it. It might be unobtainable, but I do not believe that is the case. To earn the hog-like achievement, you have to dominate every level in one sitting, meaning completing the game without dying even once. Completing a level without dying once is not very difficult, and its associated achievement has a ratio of 2.2. Doing it consecutively for the entire game, however, is extremely difficult. It does not appear to be impossible, but requires plenty of skill, luck, and patience. A winning run will probably be around 20 minutes, but they would be extremely stressful 20 minutes. Nidhogg 2 features a bizarre art direction, using highly detailed pixel art to display its over-the-top violence. It's an awesome game playing against a friend. Unfortunately, the single-player experience is not great, but offers quick and easy TAD. You're very unlikely to get the completion, but wouldn't it be cool to be the first to complete the game, which was released back in 2018? At $15, I can't recommend it, unless you have a local friend to play against on the same TV, but the game is frequently on sale. Have a nice day, everyone!